Welcome to the Explainer. So, think about this. The AI revolution we're living through, it's not just a tech shift, it is a profound civilizational transition. That is the absolutely radical premise of Tuning Civilization 1.1. It's a groundbreaking framework by Dr. Han Byung-Yeon. He's the director of the Human Guidance Institute, also known as HGI, and a reviewer for the Springer Nature Group. Today, we're unpacking his insights on how humanity must adapt, and let me tell you, it's going to completely change how you think about our relationship with artificial intelligence.
Okay, let's dive right into this. We have officially moved past the information age. According to Dr. Han's research, we are stepping into a totally new epoch. It's called the era of Zhongjing. Now, if that term is new to you, don't worry, we're going to break it down. But the massive shift here is moving away from an age defined merely by how much data we can connect into an age defined by balance and being. It's way beyond just technology or blind competition. We're talking about a deeper maturity of our entire society.
To figure out where we're going, we really have to look at where we've been, right? Think about it like a giant timeline. The agricultural revolution, that gave us the civilization of settlement. Then the industrial revolution hit, bringing us the civilization of production. After that, the information revolution built the civilization of connection. You see the pattern here? Historically, whenever new technologies established a sustainable civilization, new operating principles and philosophies always popped up right alongside them. Technology alone didn't shape these eras, the societal operating principles did. And that brings us to the fourth stage, the AI era, which is kicking off yet another massive civilizational transition.
So, as we face this massive transition, the AI era is throwing a totally new, incredibly profound question at humanity. And that question is, what actually sustains a civilization? I know it sounds like a late-night philosophical thought experiment, but it's literally the most urgent practical question of our time. Think about it. We are building these machines with unprecedented, mind-blowing computational power, but computational power alone can't answer this. Raw calculation doesn't tell us how to build a society that actually endures. So, if it isn't computing power, what's the invisible glue holding it all together?
Well now, what's really interesting here is that there are basically two major forces at play: calculation and trust. Look, AI is undeniably exponentially getting faster at calculating, predicting, and spitting out richer outputs. But Dr. Han makes a super powerful argument here. The true force that sustains human civilization, it's not calculation, it's trust. Calculation can solve a complex math problem in a millisecond, sure, but it absolutely cannot solve the problem of how humans and machines coexist. Trust is that essential, underlying asset that allows a society to function over time.
And this brings up a really crucial distinction. You can think of technology as the means, but philosophy, that's the direction. AI gives us these incredible tools, and information connects us all across the globe, but calculation alone cannot determine our moral compass. It can't tell us what we actually should compute or which path makes humanity sustainable in the long run. We desperately need philosophy to guide our technology. Information connects the networks, yeah, but it's our minds, our philosophies that have to be aligned.
Now, of course, the world recognizes that AI needs direction. We currently have governance norms championed by big organizations like UNESCO, NIST, and the OECD. We're talking about principles like explainability, accountability, fairness, and human oversight. And don't get me wrong, these are incredibly valuable. But the source material highlights a major gap. Right now, these are just fragmented, isolated norms. They kind of act like a compliance checklist rather than an integrated civilizational operating principle. It's like we're trying to govern a totally new era with a patchwork of old rules, rather than a cohesive theory.
Which brings us right back to that core concept, Zhongjing. And I want to be really clear here. This isn't some halted, static balance. It is a living order moving toward a better balance amidst change. It's incredibly dynamic. In an environment where AI is just constantly disrupting the status quo left and right, Zhongjing isn't about freezing things in place. It's about actively adapting. It's about humans and technology actually maturing together in a continuously changing landscape.
To make this actually actionable, the study lays out what's called the Zhongjing theoretical continuum. It all starts with the Zhongjing heart, which is essentially the core philosophy of human existence and being. Put simply, it's that deeply human foundation we all share. From there, it expands outward into Zhongjing philosophy, mathematical models like the Zhongjing equation, this concept of fundamental intelligence, and operational frameworks with acronyms like AITI, STS, and TSM. But the big takeaway for you here is that this isn't just abstract ivory tower philosophy. It's a comprehensive, interconnected framework designed to unify being, time, and trust for our future.
So, how does this theoretical framework actually operate in the real world? It happens through the mechanism of tuning. Now pause for a second, because when we say tuning in the AI world, we usually mean fine-tuning an algorithm's parameters, right? But that is absolutely not what this means here. Tuning, in this context, is a dynamic, adaptive integration process. It's this creative mechanism where humans and AI, individuals and communities, technology and institutions are continuously co-adapting. It's not about making compromises, it's the active civilizational process of accumulating trust over time. And this brilliantly illustrates a massive paradigm shift we need to make. We are so used to thinking in terms of control, aren't we? Like, how do we restrict the AI? How do we force it into a safe little box? But the force necessary to create deep societal trust isn't strict control. Control is rigid, and honestly, it's ultimately fragile when you're facing exponential complexity. The answer is tuning. Tuning allows completely different entities, both human and artificial, to harmonize and accumulate trust organically.
If you remember only one thing from this entire explainer, let it be this. Tuning is not technology. Tuning is civilization. Our societal operating principles absolutely must evolve alongside our AI. We can't just keep inventing new machines. We literally have to invent the social processes that allow us to live and grow alongside them. It's a total game changer.
And that brings us to the foundational proposition of Dr. Han's entire study. Quote, "The wind may shake the direction, but trust protects the direction." It's just a beautiful way to summarize a highly complex academic theory, isn't it? It basically tells us everything we need to know about navigating the wild uncertainty of the future.
Let's break down exactly what that metaphor means. The wind represents the massive change, disruption, and uncertainty that the AI era is bringing. It's going to shake things up, no way around it. The direction, on the other hand, represents our civilization's core values and objectives. While the wind of technological innovation creates all this turbulence, the text argues that societal trust is the single, irreplaceable asset capable of protecting our direction across time. Trust is literally our anchor in the storm.
So, the crucial point is this. As we move forward into this new epoch, how do we actually measure the strength of a society? The ultimate advantage isn't going to be having the fastest supercomputers or the most parameters in a large language model. The core competitiveness of future civilization lies in tuning capacity. It is a society's capacity to tune itself, to adapt, to integrate its technology and institutions, and to continuously accumulate trust. That is the true metric of success in the AI era.
We've seen how we are transitioning from an age of connection to an age of zheng, where tuning and trust are the ultimate civilizational currencies. AI is undeniably brilliant at calculating and generating outputs. But as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this final, provocative question. AI can generate answers, but is our civilization ready to tune itself? It's a huge challenge that forces us to rethink humanity's role right here, right now. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer and diving deep into the true operating principles of our future.